Both sides made lots of changes, and I would imagine, Kev, you now have lots of headaches when it comes to selections.
Yeah, I mean, I think unfortunately with the game having been turned around over the next, well, we've got 72 hours now, a lot of these lads are going to be fatigued but it was important that we got a lot of 90 minutes in the belt. We got 70 minutes into Kells. And a lot of lads who made the debut I thought were absolutely brilliant, so I'm absolutely delighted with a lot of the stuff. Still disappointed with the goals we've conceded. That's what we've just spoke about, because it's the same as Saturday. Now we've conceded 6 and 2. And I know that they've got good quality, I know they're a championship club, but you know, we've got to get better and we can't do that. We're playing some really lovely stuff and good stuff, and as I said, this is a team in transition where we're trying to do the right things in possession. I think you can see them coming out, you know, change of formation which gives us another string to our bow, which is fantastic for us. So yeah, there's lots to be positive about, but again, you know, that just little bit just biting at me again. You know, we're not, you know, keeping clean sheets or not getting or conceding so many goals.
I really want to focus on all the positives, and we will do in a moment, because you brought up those defensive, I guess, can I call them frailties, particularly for the first 2 goals this evening. You look at those and you go, that was kind of a similar sort of goal that we were giving away on Saturday.
Yeah, and that's the thing I was just saying. You know, when you're playing so well and you're good in possession, you know, it's so easy to switch off. I think we've got to have a sort of trigger, whether we work that out between us as staff and players. But I just thought some of the play, what they did, like, you know, tonight, the lads was brilliant. But again, not let themselves down. But it was just, you know, how has that just happened when you've just been on top of the game? You know, and we controlled a large part of the game, which is nice to see, with some real good touches, some people getting around the ball, all the types of stuff what we're working on in training. You're starting to see out on the pitch, and they're starting to believe in themselves a bit, you know, which is good. And then when you see all these young lads who've introduced today and introduced into the first team, we knew that it weren't just all going to happen early days, and we knew that we were going to have patience. Everyone's saying that, you know, we're going to be favourites for this and favourites for that, but you've seen tonight, you know, we've only took 5 or 6 out of our team tonight, and you know what we're left with is what you're seeing. But did that by half the day all show up and they believe in what we're trying to do as a club. So absolutely delighted with that, and hopefully we'll continue to progress, both with the ball, but you know, we've got to get much better without it.
You're kind of spoiled for choice going forward in a few areas now. So are you a little bit surprised that maybe because of all those players that you have added in attacking areas, are you a little bit surprised that it's at the defensive end of the pitch where you're having some teething problems?
No, because they haven't got used to me out of possession yet. So they've got all because the ability they have, and you know, the freedom what we're giving them. But listen, these lads are going to get it, and hopefully when it clicks, and it's going to hopefully click sooner rather than later. When it clicks, I think, you know, we'll be looking at a really good side who are going to be strong, but you know, who are going to be able to entertain. And I think over the last 2 games we've certainly entertained. You know, it could have been so much different if we would have scored that 3rd goal with Kano and gone 3-2 up at the weekend, and we would have been, you know, all chanting and saying how well we're going to be doing and fantastic, and everybody shouting from the rooftops. But unfortunately, you know, we've conceded 3 goals on Saturday, we've conceded 3 goals tonight, so there's lots of positives to take from tonight, which is fantastic for me.
What's your biggest positive?
I thought Pierce Baird, Tom Crawford, I thought Elliot Ulux just slotted into the back 3 fantastically well. I thought the formation we played, Kells getting 17 minutes, there was just so many. John Stead getting off the mark with 2 fantastic goals. Noru Sin, everyone to a man. I've just actually gone through them all, and it's like, you know, I can't really just figure them. And if I have left anyone out, getting Will Patchen on the pitch, you know, it's a big moment for him. He's had a few problems with his knee, but getting him on the pitch, Remy Campbell making his debut, all them little things which will help them settle into this group and get them sort of in the mix and feel a part of it, because you know, until you actually walk out and you play with them, you don't really know about them. So yeah, I think there's lots and lots of good things to come out of tonight, but now attention turns right to Friday, and it's all about, you know, recovery, everything what we can possibly do now to help them so that they can all recover and they can all be available for Friday night.
Can you play a Noor Hassan alongside a David Vaughan in the middle of that midfield? Is there enough legs there or elsewhere in the pitch?
Oh, I think if Varney and Nolan was listening to you now, you'd have a fight on your hands. Yeah, of course. I think they've proven that on Saturday. I think, you know, listen, they start building relationships. Elliot Hewitt with Varney, Elliot Hewitt with Nolan with Varney. You build relationships, and it just doesn't come over 4 or 5 weeks. It comes after months and people getting used to, and the plus that and the hard work what they're putting on in the training ground. And I think over that, you know, when you think of what happened in the first game to where we are now, and how lads have just took on so much information and so much of what we want to do, I think, you know, it looks bright in the future, and that's what we want, and we'll keep working hard and we'll keep continuing to do what we do. But as I say, I'm going to keep telling Tomo, and I'm going to keep telling the lads, as long as they keep doing this and if they keep conceding 3 goals, then we're just going to defend for the whole game, one game.
I remember looking back just finally, this is to last season, and Scunthorpe away, that wet night there, and I think that finished 3-3 as well, and that kind of set the tone, I think, for the rest of the season. It was a night that proved to the players that they're never beaten. Do you think tonight could well be a similar night like that, where it gives them that kind of confidence that they know they can go on and they can score against anyone, and they can do the whole patient build-up thing, and they can keep the ball and play really good stuff? I
think that's the key. I think against Scunthorpe we had a lot of lads who come out with, you know, real big positives out of it, and that sort of set the tone for the rest of the season for them, and I think that's the key again tonight. I'm hoping that that's going to be now the catalyst which spurs them, a lot of them on, to know that they can do it, and realise that how much hard work they've got to put in to make sure that they want to do it, and they want to be out on that pitch. You know, no one gets anything for nothing in this game. You've got to work your socks off to do it. What I'm glad about is that I've got a young group of lads who are all hungry, and what they've got to do is sort of spur each other on, and I'm absolutely delighted with what I've seen with most of them tonight, and with everyone I've seen tonight, but I mean with most of the young lads. You know, we still had a few lads on the bench who were itching to get on as well, so yeah, and they will be exposed to minutes at some point in the next few weeks. So yeah, I mean, look, we're pleased with about a lot of the stuff tonight, but you know, as I said, that just a little bit at me in the back of me where we've conceded 3 goals again, so you know, we've got to start getting that bit right, and we will.
Appreciate your time, Kevin.
Thank you, Paul. Cheers.
Kevin, Andy Kellett's performance tonight is that number 10. He was terrific, wasn't he?
Yeah, I thought Keller's done well. I thought John Stead, I thought Louis Alexander, I thought they all worked off each other, all played really well with each other, and they all complemented each other. I thought Terry Hawkins was outstanding on the right. I thought DJ, you know, looked comfortable in that position. Noru Sin, Tom Crawford really complemented each other. So yeah, there's lots and lots to be pleased about. I thought the back three looked really good. You know, we have a few shaky moments, but when you haven't played that system before, and when you haven't done it, and you've only really had a one session to actually do it, to see the outcomes, what we got and what we did tonight, it just shows that they're all ready, and they're all listening, and they're all taking the information on board. So that's pleasing, and you know, the more we do it, the more repetition we do, the more scenarios we give them. I think that, you know, they'll only get better at it.
Is that 3 at the back giving you food for thought moving forward?
We've always had it in the when we were recruiting in the summer. We always thought, you know, we had a lot. We only had really one system we could play last year. Now this gives us something where we can change it within an instant, and everybody knows the jobs. We tried it a couple of times, and it sort of stuttered last year because of the personnel. I think we've got personnel now. We can play all different kinds of positions. We can put 3 up top. We can put, you know, play a 3-4-3. We can play 3-5-2. We can play 5-4-1 if we're under a bit of pressure. We can. There's lots and lots of strings to the bow which we're trying to add to this squad, and that was the plan when we recruited in the summer.
I've got to ask you about the goalkeeper situation. How's Bran?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Bran, he's been sort of nursing a fight, but we thought he'd sort of got over it, with it, hoping that this was going to be the catalyst for him to sort of start his season. But unfortunately, he's pulled up in the warm-up, so yeah, it won't be long before you might see Big Norma on the bench the way it's going. But yeah, I thought Ross done fantastic. You know, when you're not sort of playing, it's a tough environment to come in, so he done really well. I thought he handled that really well, which I'm pleased about. And we're still working loads with them to keep improving them, because there's still much more to come from both of them as well.
Could you bring somebody in if it's a serious one?
Well, I think we're just going to have to see over the next 24, 48 hours where Bran is, and then, you know, I'm sure if there's a real big problem, then it might be one what we explore, an option we explore. Yeah.
Yeovil Friday night, another big crowd at Meadow Lane expected. I mean, it'd be nice to get off the sheet, wouldn't it, with 3 points?
Yeah, you know that, mate. I'm praying that we do. Listen, at the end of the day, I've been pleased with the last 2 games. I thought we had a solid opening day against a good Colchester side. We didn't flatter anything, but I thought we looked solid. You know, as I said, I've been pleased with some of the stuff over the last 2 games, but conceding 6 goals in 2 games is not pleasant for me. So on Friday, I'm hoping that we can marry both sides of the game together, and then we get the perfect outcome. You're not always going to get that. I understand that, but you know, if we continue to play like we did tonight and we did on Saturday, we'll get more, you know, opportunities. We'll get better as a team, and then we can sort of brush up on everything else in terms of out of possession stuff and conceding really sloppy goals, which we have over the 2 games when we look back. But as I say, it's early days, a team in transition, team who's learning more about each other. You know, I've got a back 4, I've got a back 3 who've played with me for 1.5 years now, and I've asked them to do different things to what I'm asking them to do now. So it's going to take them time, it's going to take them confidence builders. So yeah, you know, look, it doesn't matter that they've been with me 18 months. We've changed the whole style of what we've been trying to do. So it's going to take them time to get used to that and get used to the players that they're playing with and trusting each other. So, but what they've done is they've built something now what we can really build on. Over the last 2 games, they've built something together, and they've showed us that they can handle it. So now we can start to build and get better at it.
How proud are you of your team tonight? I know it's a young team, but how proud of them are you?
Delighted, yeah, because you know, people sort of speak about it and go, well, what have you got? And you don't really know until they go over the white line. I thought all of them handled the pressure really well tonight. You know, there's going to be some stuttery moments in games when you're playing against better, well, a higher opposition, if you like. But I thought they more than matched them tonight. They more than matched to go to penalties, and I'm proud of each and every one of them. I thought the character, the attitude, and the respect they show for everything. But I'm more than happy that they've exceeded all expectations of everybody else. Not of us, because we believe in them anyway. But what I'm hoping is that they're going to now push on, and they're going to take more, and we can start feeding more information so that we can get better as a team and as a squad, and that'll hopefully take us to where we want to be.